Have you ever noticed your Wi-Fi is perfect in the living room, but as soon as you walk upstairs into the garden or even in the kitchen, the signal drops? Maybe your video starts buffering, your video call freezes, or your phone suddenly switches to mobile data. Most people think the answer is simple: I just need a more powerful router. But that's not always the right solution. In this video, I'll show you the best way to expand your Wi-Fi coverage, explain the pros and cons of each option, and help you choose the right solution for your home or business. Before we look at the solution, let's first understand the problem. When your router sends a Wi-Fi signal, it doesn't travel forever. As the signal moves away from your router, it gets weaker. Every wall, floor, or door, or even furniture, reduce the signal just a little bit more. Some materials are worse than others. Concrete wall, bricks, metal, mirrors, or even underfloor heating can all weaken Wi-Fi. That's why you might have an excellent signal in one room and almost no signal in another. The larger your home or office becomes, the harder it is for your one router to cover everything. So how do we fix that? There are 4 common ways. Let's start with the cheapest one. Wi-Fi extender. A Wi-Fi extender does exactly what its name suggests. It listens for your existing Wi-Fi and then broadcasts it again. Think of it like someone shouting a message across the field. If a person at the back can't hear you, someone standing in the middle repeats what you said. Now the message reaches further. That's exactly what Wi-Fi extender does. They are inexpensive, easy to install, and they usually don't require any cables. But there is a catch. Because the extender has to receive the data first, before sending it again, it has to use part of its time talking to the router and then the other part talking to your device. In many situations, this can reduce the available bandwidth and increase latency. Another common mistake is placing the extender in a dead spot. If the extender already has a weak signal from your router, it has nothing good to repeat. The best place is usually halfway between your router and the area with poor coverage. Wi-Fi extenders are great for solving small coverage problems, but they are not the best choice if you need maximum performance. So what's the next option? Powerline adapter. Powerline adapters take a completely different approach. Instead of sending the data through the air, they send it through your own electrical wiring. One adapter plugs near your router, you connect it using a Ethernet cable, a second adapter plugs into your socket somewhere else in your house. From there, you can either connect your device directly using Ethernet or connect another Wi-Fi access point. It's a clever idea, and in some homes it works surprisingly well, but performance depends entirely on your electrical wiring. All the wiring, different electrical circuit, or electrical noise from appliance can all reduce speed and reliability. For some home, Powerline is an excellent solution. For others, it barely works at all. So while it's worth considering, it is not always predictable. Let's put the Powerline adapter to the test and see how it compares to using Wi-Fi on its own. For this test, I've connected the Powerline adapter next to my router and the second one upstairs. I've also temporarily disabled the upstairs access point so we can clearly see how much of a difference the Powerline adapter makes in an area with a poor Wi-Fi coverage. To make this a worst case scenario, I'm using an older laptop that only supports the 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi band. Later, I'll repeat the test with a newer laptop that supports 5 GHz because you'll see that in some situations, a Powerline adapter can actually reduce performance instead of improving it. Before going upstairs, I first connected the older laptop directly to the router using a Ethernet cable to establish a baseline. As expected, the speed test showed around 19 megabits per second, which is about the maximum this laptop can achieve. Now let's head upstairs. Using Wi-Fi alone, the results aren't great. And remember, the upstairs access point is still switched off. Now let's connect the laptop to the Powerline adapter using Ethernet. Straight away, we can see a noticeable improvement. While it's nowhere near the maximum internet speed, it's a significant improvement and more than enough for web browsing, streaming, online meeting, and everyday work. Now let's repeat the same test using a newer laptop that supports a 5 GHz Wi-Fi band and has a much better wireless adapter. This time the result tells a different story. The Wi-Fi connection on its own is already fast enough, and adding a Powerline adapter will actually reduce the overall speed. In other words, the Powerline connection becomes the bottleneck rather than solution. For comparison, here's the speed test next to the router using the same laptop. Although this device doesn't support Wi-Fi 6E or Wi-Fi 7, it still demonstrates just how much different a modern wireless adapter can make. I'll soon be upgrading my entire network to Wi-Fi 7, and I'll be making a dedicated video comparing Wi-Fi 5, 6, 6E and Wi-Fi 7 to see exactly how much real-world performance improves. If you don't want to miss that, make sure you subscribe and turn on the notification. So what's the takeaway here? Powerline adapter definitely have their place, but they are not the right solution for every home. If the Wi-Fi signal is too weak for a repeater and running a new Ethernet cable isn't practical, a Powerline adapter can be a great way to improve coverage and achieve a usable speed in difficult areas. If you want something designed specifically for Wi-Fi coverage, mesh system might be the better option. Mesh Wi-Fi has become incredibly popular over the last few years. Instead of one router, you have multiple mesh nodes working together as a single Wi-Fi network. As you move around your home, your phone automatically connects to the best node. Everything uses the same Wi-Fi name, so you don't have to manually reconnect. Some mesh systems connect to each other wirelessly. This is called wireless backhaul. It's quick to install because you don't need Ethernet cable. However, the communication between the mesh node also uses Wi-Fi. That means that part of your wireless capacity is used to keep the node connected. The best performing mesh systems are connected using Ethernet. This is called a wired backhaul. With Ethernet cable carrying the traffic between the nodes, the Wi-Fi can focus entirely on servicing your device. The result is a faster speed, low latency, and much more reliable network. For most homes, a mesh system is one of the easiest ways to improve Wi-Fi coverage, but if you want a maximum performance, there is one more option: multiple access points. This is how most business, hotel, school, and hospital builds their Wi-Fi network. Instead of using repeater or consumer mesh system, they install multiple wire access points throughout the building. Each access point creates its own area of Wi-Fi coverage. Together, they provide a seamless coverage across the entire site. Unlike repeaters, each access point has its own direct connection back to the network. That means there is no repeating signal and no sharing bandwidth between nodes. This provides the best performance, the low latency, and the highest reliability. Enterprise Wi-Fi systems from companies like Unify, Aruba, Cisco, and many others also give you a much more control over your wireless network. You can adjust settings such as transmit power, roaming behavior, RSSI, fast roaming, and much more. Most consumer users simply don't offer that level of control. Of course, installing Ethernet cable takes more planning and usually costs more than buying a repeater. But if you are building a network from scratch or renovating a property, it's easily the best long-term solution. If you just need to improve Wi-Fi in one room, a repeater might be enough. If running cable is impossible, Powerline could be worth trying. If you want a simple whole home coverage, mesh Wi-Fi is a great option. But if you want the best performance, especially for larger home or business, nothing beats multiple wired access points. Adding more Wi-Fi equipment doesn't automatically mean better Wi-Fi. The best solution depends on your home, budget, and how you use your network. But once you install multiple access points, a new question appears. How does your phone know which access point it should connect to? And why does it sometimes stay connected to one that's much further away? That's exactly what we'll answer in the next video, where we'll take a deep dive into Wi-Fi roaming and explain why your device don't always switch when you expect them to. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.